Hello everybody, Resonance here, and today I'm recording another Pokemon Showdown Live for Gen 7. Like with my usual battles and Twitch streams, you can expect a more analytical commentary, which should be helpful. The tier today is Piu. Piu is a lower tier that actually does have some great Pokemon in it, just usually more niche picks like Gastrodon, a fantastic counter to even OU Rain teams. After the recent tier shifts, I've been excited to try Piu again without Mesprit and see how things have changed. As always, I'm bringing some experimental teams for fun, but I figured that whether or not any of this works, it should be entertaining either way. If you're new to competitive Pokemon and want to get in on the fun, then I have a bunch of comprehensive tutorials, Showdown Lives, and battle analysis videos that should help you get started. It's all in a nifty playlist below, and at the end of the video. There's also going to be a super detailed overview of this team at the end. Now let's do a quick overview of the team and then a more detailed description at the end. To start off, we have our Silvally Fairy, which will function as a mixed offensive pivot and anti-lead with Defog to remove entry hazards like Stealth Rocks and Spikes, which deal damage to Pokemon as they switch in and out. Next we have our specially bulky Assault Vest, Volt Absorb, Volt Switch Lanturn, which functions as a sort of secondary slower pivot to help bring in our other slow Pokemon, such as this Lurantis with the contrary ability, and this one is going to be physically defensive to help complement the team. Then we have a slightly bulky Eviolite Metang. It's going to be our Stealth Rock user, so it will act as our lead depending on the matchup. Next we have Rulu, the Fighting Queen, with plenty of priority moves such as Fake Out and Sucker Punch, which usually go first, to try and chip away at the enemy team and then eventually sweep them with either this or our final Pokemon, which would be Oricorio Pompom, our Z-move user, because Z-Hurricane never misses. And also this defensive typing is pretty good, so sometimes I actually get to set up Calm Minds. Quick shout out, by the way, to my Patreon supporters for helping support the channel, and just a big thank you to everyone in general for watching. You're all wonderful, and I hope you all enjoyed the session. But without further ado, let's jump into the battles. Alright, and we're into a battle. Ooh, haven't played Piu in a while. So this will be fun. Piu used to be one of my favorite tiers. I play it all the time because it has Electros in it, of course. Oh man, I love regular camera up. I gotta build a team with regular camera up. Shinotic, nice. Wonder who the rocker is. We got 3 candidates, probably camera up. This is the spinner, probably not this one. This one's probably like a sweeper late game. Big wall, big wall. Speed control. Okie dokie. Best way to deal with this team. Well, I can't really lead with Metang against that. Against camera up, yeah. No, it's tough. I actually don't have a fantastic answer to camera up. Yeah, I think regardless of what he leads with, I would love to get some chip with Kangaskhan, I think is good. Ah, I should have led with Lanturn. Get the Volt Switch off on him. I'll go for Fake Out just for some damage, yeah. Some nice chip. Oh, jeez. Is that going to be a problem for me that I've increased his speed? I don't think so. I'm actually just going to stay in an Earthquake. Well, he Surge Dances. We got him, boys! Woo! I didn't nickname any of my Pokemon. What am I doing? Okay, he doesn't Raichu. I mean, I can Sucker Punch this thing, but he's gonna Nasty Plot. That's the thing. I know what's up. I know what they do. Alright, he's gonna Nasty Plot. Wait, I can just Earthquake here. Oh, he's gonna like Z-Electric me? Yeah, wait a minute. Maybe that kills. Oh, he goes for Focus Blast. Okay. I was like, does Z-Electric kill? It might. It might. Okay, he goes for Focus Blast. I kind of wall this thing. So I can just go for Scald here. Scald's fairly safe, but he's gonna go into Shinotic. So if he goes into Shinotic, I just Ice Beam. That's kind of like a bold play, but I'm sure it's Shinotic. It's not Shinotic. It's never Shinotic. He's just trying to one-shot me. He might be able to. Ah, we cannot afford to take damage on poor old little Lanturn here. Lanturn does not want to take that damage. 50%? Oh, jeez. I don't have... do I have to sack Lanturn? Can I afford to sack Lanturn? I think I have to sack Lanturn. That's fine. Oh, it's a roll! That's what I was hoping for. Alright, nice, nice, nice. Because now I can send out Kangaskhan. Well, so the original plan was if I died, I got him low enough that I could send out Kangaskhan and hit him with Fake Out. So since this thing is alive, it's fantastic for me. I can probably Volt Switch for free, but he's gonna Pursuit me anyway, I think? I don't know if they run Pursuit. He doesn't have Pursuit, okay. Ooh, would he Will-O-Wisp me? See, that kind of guy. I think Will-O-Wisp is a very fair play on his part. So in fact, I'm gonna go into Silvally, assuming that the Will-O-Wisp is coming. And also because my Fairy-type multi-attack is the only thing that Spiritomb is weak to. It actually had no weaknesses before Fairy-type was added in Gen 6. Still a very, very good bulky Pokemon. I'm just gonna multi-attack him, I'm not gonna overpredict as he's gonna go into Camerupt anyway. Yeah, he goes into Camerupt, that's fine. I've been overpredicting a lot today, so I think it's time to stop. Okay. Parting shot here. It's fair. He walls me. So you're wondering why I have Flamethrower on the Silvally in the first place. It's actually specifically for things like Abomasnow and Ferroseed. Best check to this thing. I don't have a great check to this thing. I'm actually hilariously weak to it. I mean, he's just gonna step rocks, so that's the thing. Yeah, but I can Earthquake him, so that's fine. Ooh, Eruption! My team is really weak to fire. Yo, the 6th slot on this team, I wasn't quite sure on. And Oricorio, I felt like I needed a Z-move user, so I went with Oricorio, but I'm getting the second thoughts, man. It's about buyer's remorse. Well, Fake Out is always free, right? Because it hits... Since thanks to Scrafty, it does hit Spiritomb. Ooh! Ooh, that's bad. Oh, that's real bad. That escalated quickly. Okay. I do be like that sometimes. This team does not have heal bell support because I'm Assault Vest. I put Assault Vest in everything, whether or not I should. Let's go into Metang on his Poison type. Oh, Rez, you handsome devil. Alright. Is the Toxic free, or would he go into Alolan Sandslash? That'd be bold. He might go into Alolan Sandslash. So actually, I'm gonna Earthquake. Here's some camera up. That covers that too. Be good. Nice. Oh my god, I'm finally playing well. You know what it is? You know what it is. I have no idea what's going on in ZU. I have no idea. That tier absolutely baffles me. Okay. I mean, I am faster than Camerupt, I think, unless he's running a speed investment. Sorry about the thumping from upstairs. It's the new shower guy meme. Used to be whenever I'd stream, there's always someone showering. I mean, we just Earthquake again, right? Oh, he's faster. Oh, but Eruption does no damage because he's 7%. I am so sorry. Oh, that really... Oh god, Eruption deals damage equal to... Well, depending on how much HP you have. Oh, that's so sad. So if you're like new to Pokemon, or even if you're not new to Pokemon, you can type /data and then the name of the Pokemon in the chat to bring up all the data on them, as well as like /weak. Those are two really useful commands. I don't know what he's gonna do, but I'm just gonna Toxic him. Like, I think he's just gonna set up another Calm Mind, or he might Dark Pulse, but I live that. Tank seems fine. It's very weak to Knockoff. Yeah, originally this slot was going to be like Absol with Justified and Darkinium Z, because my team is, I mean, this thing can take Knockoff, which was my original thought. And I thought that'd be kind of interesting. But, maybe we'll switch it around later. I can't kill this thing. Dark Pulse is potentially bad, but, I just go into Silvally and we're fine. Wow, it looks like... So, to be clear, this is my first game with this PU team. I used to play a ton of PU, but mostly I'm just like a Wi-Fi battler, and I think that's where you can really see me excel. I mostly do these for fun, but I have some really good like Wi-Fi battle commentaries on my channel, but I mostly do this for fun. I'm not going to overpredict, I'm just going to go for the... I should go for Flamethrower. That's also what this is for, yeah. Oh, that's also what Flamethrower is for! Let's go! Pokemon, let's go, Troy! Oh yeah! Finally! That's why I put Flamethrower on the set. Except the problem is that I'm Jolly Nature. So, alright, I burn him, which sucks. That doesn't matter at all, because he can't do anything. But, it sucks nonetheless. It's insult to injury. But yeah, man, sometimes I just have these team ideas in the shower, and I was just like, I was thinking to myself this morning. Did you, man? I was thinking to myself this morning, like, would you ever run... I mean, he's gonna Sludge Bomb or something like that. It's fine. I don't care if I die to it. I just flamethrower him. Give him that. A Moonblast. Holy crap, dude. Shiinotic actually does some damage. What is this Pokemon? Yo, hold up. So I had this idea this morning. I was wondering, I was like, can you run Silvally Fairy? Or just, you know, Silvally in general with like a jolly nature? Like a physical one for the multi-attack. Because multi-attack is a physical attack that only Silvally gets that's whatever the same type is as the memory item that he's holding, which doesn't do anything besides change his type. And it was like, yeah, you know, I think you can still run Flamethrower. Yeah, my opponent played that very well, I think. And, oh my goodness. This team actually worked. I'm not entirely sure about the Oricorio, though. That's something I'm going to have to think about. I mean, looking over this team again, it honestly works. It just works. Everything works perfectly. This team, compared to my previous ZU Live, has over 16 times the detail. A team with 4 times the coverage of Fallout 4. No, this is not bad. This is not bad. Hidden Power Grass is supposed to catch Gastrodon. It used to catch Quagsire, but Quagsire has... Didn't Quagsire just rise up to UU? That's crazy. You gotta watch out, guys. Those water ground types in the lower tiers, except for maybe Wishcash. But DD Wishcash, man. Maybe that's something I'll do next. You gotta watch out for those water ground types. Like, Gastrodon especially is a very, very useful kind of niche counter to OU Rain, but I think I mentioned that earlier. And like Seismitoad as well. Amazing Pokemon. Quagsire, fantastic. This team, not bad. I might play another round of this, but I can never decide on that 6th Pokemon. I'm curious what your guys' suggestions are. Alright, let's try and find another game. That was good, man. Oh wait, holy crap, I just noticed that I typoed this when I was making this earlier. And someone is going to leave this in the comments. Oh god. Oh jeez, I'm going to have to put in a note there later. This was supposed to be Synthesis. Look, I know my movesets are crazy. But not even I would put Hidden Power Fighting on a Lurantis with Superpower. Not only did I forget my nicknames, but for some reason when I was typing in Synthesis... I guess I had a stroke, and it just interpreted it as Hidden Power Fighting. I don't know how that happened, but we just fixed it. Boom. Not bad. Let's have some flex day with this moveset. It just works. Slap some nicknames on here, too. Oh my god, finally. Balanced Hackmons is suspect testing Mega Rayquaza. That Pokemon is so broken that even balanced Hackmons has to suspect test it. Jeez. About time. About time. And we're into another battle again. Once again, a very threatening team. We've got Dodrio as a potential sweeper. You know, this could be Shell Smash or something like that. They're usually Stealth Rocks or Spikes. This is good speed control. Sometimes these are Scarfed. Potential sweeper / pivot with U-turn. Stealth Rocker for sure. Potentially defensive Ariados. I'm not entirely sure what that is going to be. Watusai ran this. And Wi-Fi Battle Analysis number 5. Wonder how safe it is to leave with Metang, finally. I think it's reasonably safe to do that. Let's give it a shot. There's a Primate first. Primate just gonna knock me off, If so, that is quite bad. These things are usually choiced in some way, at least in my limited experience playing as Primeape, so I'm actually just going to go immediately into Barnum and see what he locks himself into. U-turns. That's fair. I could have just Stealth Rock there, but I guess he knew I'd switch. He goes into Ariados. Did I Flamethrower this thing? It's not going to do that much. He's just going to set up T-Spikes or something like that. He wouldn't Sludge Bomb me immediately, because I can just go back into this thing. These are fair thoughts. I know he's just going to, like, T-Spike something, but if he goes for a Poison-type move, then we're going, whoa! My boy! Focus Energy Sniper? Yo, what is up? That's what I like to see. Poison Jab, high crit rate. Alright. Alright, let's go Stealth Rocks, because his team is really weak to that. Mega Horn also has a high crit rate. If I lose to this, he has earned this win. This is some Hita Fajita shit. Like, what? No, he's earned it. Watch him have Pursuit. That's the best part. Like, I don't get out of here for free. We just die. Yeah, we'll just... Oh, boy do I love Pokemon. Agility, Focus, Energy, Ariados. I gotta get on this man's level, man. I gotta get in his level. That's amazing. This team is tremendous. Sweep me. Do whatever you want. Gotta kill him a Fake Out. I don't want to end his... I want to end his parade. Alright, did not quite do enough. That's... Fam, I have bad news. We are in trouble. Because he's just going to Agility again. But if he doesn't... Oh! We're on a roll, Kirby! Yes! Alright, he goes into Primeape. He's just gonna U-turn again. I don't know, man. Can this thing learn Gunshot? Why can things learn Gunk Shot? Whenever I think of Gunk Shot, I think of Gen 6, where they just throw a trash can at you. I have to go into this again anyway. If he Gunk Shots, again, he just deserves the win. He goes for close combat, we're good. I mean, he deserves the win anyway, to be clear. That Ariados set is amazing. I love the creativity so much. Like, that's why I do so many Wifi battles in the first place, because people are usually more personal with their teams, and I see all sorts of cross-tier, very creative team building. It's one of my favorite forms of expression. But on Showdown, on the flip side, it's so easy to make a team that you also see some crazy stuff. I'm just going to go for multi-attack, even though I know he's going to switch, because this Silvally doesn't have Toxic on it. So, with the defog options, it's either going to be this, or this. We just Parting Shot here while he rocks? Yeah, he's just going to set up Stealth Rocks. I'm not exactly sure how many other options he has here. I'm physically defensive, not specially defensive, so this isn't fantastic for me, but I still think I can set up a... I can't really set up a Leaf Storm on him now. I can try. Scare him out. Thought. This thing, and Z Hurricane kills. I should probably save that. I'll just go into Emma. He spins. That's fair. I don't have the spin blocker. This was Oricorio Sensu before, but I doubted myself. Never doubt yourself. We watch these lives not only for the crazy team building, and the occasional big plays, I guess, but mostly for the life advice. Believe in yourself, and drink water, plenty of water. We're going for Leaf Storm. He's gonna switch. We're going for Leaf Storm. See, I would have gone for Superpower, knowing that he's going into Scyther, because of course he is, but here's the thing. Superpower is also quad resisted, so... The real play would have been to double out there. How afraid am I of this thing? It's just gonna SD. Everything in his team just SDs. It's pretty fast. Oh, he's faster than me. That's not good at all. That's actually quite bad. Can I finally sack this thing? Maybe not. Maybe yes? No, I can't. Oh my god, I can't sack this. I can't do it. Ooh, he doubles. Ah, man! He's making big plays. I was gonna say, I can't stay in on Lurantis because he could be Swords Dance and could set up on me, but it's not clear what his Scyther is. Scald is safe. Volt Switch seems too bold because he could stay in. Yeah, he stays and he just goes for rocks. That's fair. But I need to keep this thing alive to check Primeape. Primeape is really bad for us. He's called again. Nice. Yeah, because he's going to stay in. He needs to sack Plate All and get the free switch. I think he's just going to keep throwing Primeape out here to just try and chip away at my team until Dodrio sweeps me. Will he spike? Will he shell smash? Oh, this is also what HP Grass is for. I changed it this morning. Delightfully devilish, Seymour. Indestructible. HP Grass and the shell smash. Ooh, what the hell? Oh man, he is suffering from a serious case of Resonance 22. It is tough because I overpredict like crazy. I mean, I would love to Volt Switch, but I can't. Oh, he's got Earthquake. I just need to get him as low as possible. Like, I need to get him in Fake Out range. I think he's locked into this, so I'm actually just gonna go and... Whoa! Okay, I'm just gonna go into Krakow here. I don't remember Krakow being this enthusiastic, but, you know. I mean, I got the Revelation Dance. I'm faster. What you gonna do? I don't need to see Hurricane or anything. There's Revelation Dancing. This is the first time I've ever used this move in all of Gen 7. Oh, wait, no. Wait, no, I've used it on Oricorio Sensei. This is the first time I've used Oricorio Pompom. Well, now he's real fast. That's bad. Ah, this thing sweeps his team, but I think this thing's scarfed, so it kind of doesn't. And it's also slightly slower than Primeape, so it doesn't. This thing's actually not that useful. You know what else is not useful? This thing. This thing is arguably less useful. You know, I can get the defog off, but yeah. Ooh, Ancient Power. Yeah, unfortunately, Emma does not get to do much. It's fine. Just, sack Lurantis here to get a free switch, so I can kill this thing with a Fake Out. Boom. Yo, did I build a good team? That's what's up. Dude, some of my ZU teams were a little bit sus, but this is my tier. Hello, friend. I'm beginning to think you're in Sucker Punch range. Oh, fuck. Good play. Well played. I am finished. Oh, he thinks he can sweep with this thing. Can he do it now? Oh, shit. I don't know. He may have gotten me in range. We might have lost, but we had a good run. Oh no. Do be like that sometimes. Alright, how many... How many Pokemon must be sacked for Rulu to come in here? Alright, give him a Rock Punch. Oh my god. This is for all the people you've killed! And now we go into Oricorio and die. Oh no. Oh, disaster, he has Roost. Oh, we're so screwed. Alright, well, at least, yeah, I'm gonna go for Supersonic Sky Strike anyway. Not that it does really anything more than... I mean, I'm dead anyway. I just like clicking the Z-move button. I can't believe you've done this. Ah, he set himself up very nicely for that Dodrio sweep. Well played, my friend, well played. Alright, we hit another Fake Out. Alright, started with a nice little wind kick. I'm gonna clear the mind and go for Rock Punch. Fighting Queen is down. Oh, he Sword Stances again. Oh, he just roosts. What if I Earthquaked? What if I was that kind of guy? Ooh, Z-Fly! Yeah, we die. He definitely didn't need to roost there, but he was just being extra safe. If I double-edged him, would I have won? No, he's faster than me. That wouldn't have done enough damage. Nah, he got me. GG, well played, man. He played this one very well. I am 100% okay with this loss. Not only do I, like, madly respect this team, but he played this fantastically. That was really good. Nice. GG, well played. That was a great battle, man. That was fantastic. Oricorio, though, is just a bit too slow. Ooh. But I did get a nice Revelation Dance off there, though. That was kind of fun. So far, so good. We've got some great battles in this session today. I've been quite satisfied with that. However, it is time to redeem ourselves. Let's get one more. Oh, wow. We got into that battle real fast. This is an interesting team. Ooh. Dodrio is a threat, man. They gave that thing... I forget exactly how much extra base attack they gave it, but it was significant. It's at 110 and 110 speed. Ooh, Lycanroc. I mean, he's got a lot of sand synergy, but nothing to really set it up on his team. I wonder who's the Stealth Rocker. It's actually probably Aggron. Okay. If it's Aggron, I don't particularly have a fantastic answer to it, because he can probably just Earthquake me or something. The Skull does a good amount to Aggron, so does Earthquake and whatnot. I think it's fairly safe for me to... I'm actually gonna lead with... I was gonna say, I'm gonna lead with Lurantis in case he leads with Aggron. And I think that Lurantis catches most things except for exactly Dodrio. So that is quite rough. I have to go now into Rattle Trap, my Metang, as he gets a free Swords Dance, which is bad for us. I have to Toxic this thing, and then just get destroyed. Yes, okay, so we're not going to take this hit very well, but he can't one-shot me. He's going to Jump Kick. That's really going to hurt. I don't have a Ghost type or anything. Originally, this was Oricorio Sensu. Oh, he goes into Absol. Okay, so he knows that this is not the greatest exchange that you could have here. Oh, and he wants to Pursuit Trap me, does he? Want to Pursuit Trap me? He may do that. Do I need this thing? I do. I do need this thing. Crap. So he just gets to Pursuit me. I mean, I can just set up stuff. Wait, no, I don't necessarily need this. Aha! Gotcha. He wanted a Sucker Punch as well. Okay, now he's gonna Pursuit me, right? Oh, it's that Ace Attorney. But I figure if I get up Stealth Rocks, I don't need this thing nearly as much to check Dodrio as I normally would. Let's see this as an opportunity to go into Barnum. I think that Silvally... Oh, he Sucker Punches again. I gotcha! I don't want to hit you, man. I mean, now he can Sucker Punch me because I resisted, but he's totally gonna switch out, which means I should Parting Shot. Is that too Galaxy Brain to just Parting Shot here? No, it's not too Galaxy Brain. You gotta do it. Ah, yes. Feels good to be the GOAT. Not really, but I'm having fun. Oh, jeez. Okay, well, I would love to superpower this thing. Oh, do Aggrons run speed investment? Wait, they all do. Yeah, at least the non-mega ones. How much does Earthquake do to this thing? Quite a bit, but it's got one hell of a defense stat. Let's get some nice free chip with Fake Out. I love my value. Let's get some nice free chip, regardless of what he goes into. I really like Kangaskhan. I love PU so much. It's got Electros in it. What's not to like? I play so much PU in RU. But again, like, I'm mostly a console battler. But when it comes to building silly teams, I mean, I always do. I guess the ones in my Wi-Fi battles are... I'm a little more attached to them. But here, you know, I can just come up with some sort of crazy idea early in the morning and be like, you know, I wonder if this works. Who knows? And it does. Let's EQ him. He might kill. Shuckaberry. Clever girl. Aquatail. Clever girl. Do I let in Dodrio for free? I mean, what is the point of over-predicting? I don't mind if Dodrio comes in. I kind of have to. I have to kill this thing. It's too much of a threat. Oh, he just forfeited. Alright. GG, friend. Okay. Alright. Huh. We're on a roll. There's no way that's gonna last. Not bad. What an interesting battle. Gonna have to re-review that one later. I mean, overall, I'm really happy with how this team has been turning out. It kind of works. Especially after I added the nicknames, I think that was the decisive factor here. I often wonder about whether or not this thing should have Bullet Punch. It was either Bullet Punch or Toxic, but I feel like I get more mileage out of Toxic because this thing doesn't get walled. Alright, so to me, that was a really fun Showdown Live. I got to make some good predictions, get flexed on a bit, try a new team, and experience the most interesting Ariados I've seen in a while. Actually, any Ariados is interesting. It was my ace in Pokemon Moon because I wanted to mix it up, and so I can vouch that you certainly have to get creative with it. I love that set, man. Reminds me a bit of Sniper Kingdra with Draco Meteor, but kinda with its own unique twist. Anyway, so let's break down how I built this team, why it works, and if you want to learn more about that process, there is that tutorial that I keep mentioning. But what about this specific Majestic team? Well, first you gotta wake up in the morning a bit stressed out, and then open up Pokemon Showdown to try and unwind. Then you have to select a tier, and I was in a very nostalgic PU mood because I love that tier, that and RU, since there's a lot of creative stuff down here, but also in the upper tiers too, of course. I just happen to really like these Pokemon. Now, when building a team, I think you can either start with the offensive win conditions or start by building the defensive core first. This time, I started with the defensive core. Silvally Fairy with max speed allows it to outspeed Absol, Shiftry, and Hitmonchan, but it does speed tie with Primate, which is sometimes a problem. I run Flamethrower, even though I rarely recommend mixed sets these days outside of examples like Infernape, but Flamethrower still does plenty of damage with Silvally specifically, and it does help cover threats like Abomasnow, Ferroseed, and the occasional Grass type. 40 defense EVs is an interesting choice, and don't worry about the EV spreads when you're new, just go with the Showdown suggested set. But here I wanted to make sure I had just enough bulk to barely survive a Fake Out and a Double Edge from an opposing Kangaskhan if I was at 100% HP, which is kind of tricky. I just have to keep Stealth Rocks off the field. Now, moving on to Lanturn, you know me, and I love my Assault Vest Pokemon, and I think Assault Vest is great on Lanturn. It's like that and Weakness Policy are two of my favorite new items. I picked Lanturn because it was my ace in my first playthrough of Pokemon Emerald, one of my favorite Pokemon games of all time, that and Platinum and Heart Gold and Soul Silver and Black and White, and I could go on for days. Anyway, I'm quite fond of it. I know it's a useful Pokemon. It can also run a leftover set with more supportive moves like Heal Bell and Toxic, and honestly it has a really broad move pool overall, and two very useful abilities. I like Volt Absorb though, to block opposing Volt switches. As you can see, Assault Vest boosts its special defense, but means it can only use attacking moves. Now, 172 special attack EVs with Modest is just enough to instantly KO Aggron with a Scald. 200 speed is necessary to outspeed the slower, bulkier part of the metagame, but we're still pretty slow anyway, and I think you can run a different EV spread if you want to be fine. Now, 136 special defense EVs, though, does synergize with Assault Vest. We want to run some special defense investment, and importantly protects us from Amistar's Earth Power. Lurantis. Lurantis is one of my favorite Gen 7 Pokemon, and a proud member of my Ultramoon single-player team. The main selling point of Lurantis is, of course, its ability Contrary, which turns any stat drops that it gets into stat boosts instead. This does work against things like Defog and Intimidate and whatnot, it's really funny, and Parting Shot. Lurantis gets both Leaf Storm and Superpower to take full advantage of that. And again, while I usually find new players running mixed sets when they shouldn't, Lurantis is one of those exceptions. It's not like Lurantis is going to sweep anything though, unlike Serperior or Servine, because those are just much faster. Lurantis is just a bit too slow, and Grass is in general a poor defensive typing with too many weaknesses, so we're mostly focusing on being bulky and offering support to the team, and Emma does that very well. It's also a crucial ground resist, which I needed for both Gauge and Rattletrap, which are my Lanturn and my Metang respectively. Superpower also has the nice secondary effect of boosting our defense because of Contrary, and that's great, combined with Synthesis to heal us and Leftovers for residual recovery. Honestly, Lurantis has some pretty good sticking power. Aromatherapy is totally optional, and it would have been defog if I didn't put that on my Silvally instead, and I felt like this was better after thinking about it quite a bit. I got quite a bit of value out of aromatherapy today. Lanturn and Silvally do not want to get toxic, and Rulu really doesn't want to get burned by a Will-O-Wisp, which would cut her attack stat by 50%. Moving on to Metang, I was looking for something to set up Stealth Rocks and offer typings that complemented my team. There are some Quillfish and other Intimidate users down here, so Clear Body is a nice ability to have. Metang, though, is a very situational pick. I mean, most of my team is, to be honest, but that's why we watch these, right? Metang is super weak to knockoff, because not only is knockoff super effective, but we also lose our Eviolite held item, and therefore a crucial boost to our defenses. Thankfully, though, I was comfortable running Metang, because Barnum resists knockoff, and Silvally's item cannot be removed, which is amazing synergy. It's always good to have a Stealth Rocks or Spikes user on your team, as well as a way to remove them, which we have both. And Metang can function on as a proper lead depending on our matchup. Let's talk a little bit about the weird EV spread here. 176 attack EVs with Adamant Nature lets us 1-hit KO Lycanroc with a Meteor Mash, and 2-hit KO Quillfish with an Earthquake. The rest I dumped into HP, and this is because you really need some more bulk on Metang. And also, it needed a bit of defense too. This really helps with Skuntank specifically, and it also helps in general against miscellaneous Earthquakes and Crunches from random Pokemon. I went with Toxic as the last move, so that way I didn't get walled by opposing walls, but Bullet Punch is certainly a great option here, and it was a tough decision for me. Moving on to Kangaskhan, I chose it for two reasons. 1, speed control, and 2, its design. I love the design of Kangaskhan. Every team needs some way of dealing with fast threats, and Kangaskhan gets pretty reliable chip damage with Fake Out, and can snipe foes with Sucker Punch too. I went with an Adamant Nature instead of Jolly, because while Jolly is good for a 90 base speed Pokemon, because there's a lot of Pokemon that sit at that exact speed tier, Adamant I think is a bit better if you're focusing on priority damage, so moves that go first. Scrappy is a great ability, by the way, which allows us to hit ghost types with fighting and normal attacks. So I know there's even a power-up punch set floating around, which I definitely want to try. I went with Silk Scarf as the held item because I didn't want to take too much recoil damage from Double Edge, but Life Orb is still definitely fine. Last up is Oricorio, the electric variant. I felt like I needed a proper sweeper with a setup move, so Calm Mind certainly counts. I also felt like my team needed some extra stopping power against bulkier teams, and Z Hurricane, boosted or unboosted from Calm Mind, is plenty of damage to break through opposing walls. Electric Flying is a great defensive typing, so Oricorio can get away with setting up, combined with Roost and Calm Mind. One also extra great perk is that Z Hurricane can't miss, so it's guaranteed damage. My one piece of advice with this Pokemon would be to be very conservative with when you reveal your fourth move. I got a nice KO today off a surprise Revelation Dance, which is just an electric attack, but people run all sorts of things in Oricorio, like Taunt for example. I do think this last slot in the team is super flexible, but I like how Oricorio rounds it out. It's a darn shame that Primeape is just barely faster than it, but we made it work really well and you can totally play around that. Yeah, I just wanted to try this Pokemon out, do something different today, and I'm overjoyed that it went so well. I had a ton of fun recording this one, and you know, in retrospect, I probably went way overboard with the team analysis, but if you found it useful, then please do let me know. I really appreciate the support. In general, I'll probably be a bit briefer with this part, and if you're interested in more Pokemon content, then also do let me know, as I'd love to do it, and there's plenty more on the way. Oh yeah, I kept saying that this is originally supposed to be Oricorio Sensu, the ghost one, which has an awesome design. Let me see if I can try and find it over there. Yeah, this one. Oh, so cool. But I felt like it was a bit riskier defensively, as I didn't want to add another Ghost and Dark weakness to the team. Overall, Rulu is the best, and I was looking for a good excuse to showcase one of the Pokemon from my Twitch draft battle streams. Really happy with how this one turned out. Thank you so much for watching and being so supportive. You're all truly wonderful. If you feel like going the extra mile, I do have a Patreon which does help fund the channel, and more Pokemon tutorials, as well as videos for other types of games too. Speaking of which, if you are interested in learning about Pokemon, I do have a comprehensive team building tutorial, which you can find a link to below, a bunch of other tutorials, some analytical Wi-Fi battle commentaries, and content for all sorts of games that you might enjoy. By the time this video is edited, Pokemon Sword and Shield will be right around the corner, and I'm really looking forward to it. I do take the time to read everyone's comments, and if you're looking for one of the friendliest communities on Twitch, consider stopping by twitch.tv/Residence22. You get notifications for that by following me on my various social media. I try to do Pokemon battles there as often as I can. If you have any suggestions, teams you'd like me to try, games you'd like me to play, or you just want to say hi, as always, I enjoy reading your comments. Cheers everyone, and I'll see you all in the next video.